Hello everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, working smoke detectors are credited with saving a Bangor man's life after his house caught fire on Sunday. We'll have the details coming up.
Plus, Central Maine Power is proposing a change that could help customers with costs this summer. We'll have that story coming up as well.
And Maine's largest vintage pop-up market made its return to Bangor over the weekend, showcasing many vendors.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Janessa Bishop.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us this Monday morning. We hope you had a great weekend. We'll have those stories and more coming up. We'll also hear about there's a problem with the state's soft-shell clam population.
Yes.
They're apparently not as many around, and they're trying to find some ways to fix that.
Absolutely.
So we'll have that coming up. But first, a check of that forecast, looking like a cloudy day ahead with a chance of rain as well.
We'll turn things over to meteorologist Devin Biggs.
And thank you very much, Craig and Janessa. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center, now offering a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 drawing. As we get things rolling this morning, we have one system tracking off to the east and a little bit of energy off toward the west that will give us a slight chance for a little bit of precipitation today. It may start off as a few flurries further off towards the north, but as temperatures warm, that'll primarily be a slight chance for a little bit of rain showers today and under a mostly cloudy sky. So as we do zoom things out today, you can see the energy tracking from the northwest and going toward the south and east. But again, just a slight chance for rain in our neck of the woods today. But you can see Futurecast starting off as a slight chance for snow further off towards the north and west. But as we do proceed forward, that'll be a slight chance for rain as temperatures rise and will clear things out later on tonight. But again, some gusty winds today reaching up to about 20 miles per hour. The winds will begin to relax later on tonight and looking pretty good as we head towards the daytime tomorrow. So for today, mostly cloudy, a slight chance for rain. Don't be surprised if you see a few snowflakes early. Highs in the upper 40s, northwest wind at about 20 miles per hour. Hourly forecast moving forward, mostly cloudy, slight chance for rain. Temperatures in the 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Janessa.
Sounds good. We'll see you a little later on. Thank you, Devin. Well, fire officials say it was working smoke detectors that saved a Bangor man after a fire broke out at his home Sunday morning. According to the Bangor Fire Department, crews were called to a home on South Park Street around 10 a.m. and they were on the scene within 2 minutes. Upon arrival, firefighters found heavy smoke conditions coming from the building and upgraded it to an all-hands call. Assistant Fire Chief Chandler Corriveau says firefighters entered the building and discovered fire in the kitchen area. Corriveau says the sole occupant made it out of the house before crews got to the scene, and he noted that working smoke detectors played a vital role.
No injuries to the occupant or any firefighters. He did have working smoke detectors, and that's what did alert him that there was a fire in his home, so he was taking a nap at the time, so he was able to get out safely because of that.
The resident is now being assisted by the Red Cross. Corriveau says the fire was under control in about 20 minutes. He says while there was moderate damage, the structure is not a total loss, and the fire did not impact any neighboring homes. The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
Meanwhile, a crash on I-95 in Sydney killed one person and left another in the hospital with minor injuries. It happened around 5:30 on Saturday near northbound mile marker 120. According to Maine State Police, two motorcycles operated by 61-year-old Adam Robinson of Sangerville and 28-year-old Jason Lancaster of Carmel were traveling together when they passed another vehicle. When merging back into the right lane, state police say Robinson's motorcycle appeared to have a mechanical defect. The brakes seized and he was ejected from his motorcycle. State police say he was pronounced dead at the scene. Lancaster, who state police says was operating in close proximity to Robinson, was also ejected from his motorcycle when he was unable to avoid the crash. He was transported to a local hospital with minor injuries. State police ask anyone with information about the crash to contact Trooper Keenan Blair at 973-3700 extension 9.
A Bar Harbor and Mount Desert police officer was involved in a head-on collision on Route 3 Saturday night while attempting to assist with a high-speed vehicle stop. According to police, the crash happened shortly after 9 p.m. Authorities say an individual driving a black Subaru Impreza was traveling at a high rate of speed on State Route 3 in the area of Hamilton's Pond when they failed to stop for police. Officer Nathan Formby of the Bar Harbor and Mount Desert Police Department was in the Holes Cove area of Route 3 and was attempting to assist in identifying and stopping that driver. And as the officer arrived in the area of Eden Street and Crooked Road with his emergency lights activated, police say the Subaru entered the oncoming lane and struck Officer Formby's cruiser. Authorities say the officer was not injured as a result of the crash, and the operator of the Subaru was taken by ambulance to the MDI hospital. Police have not identified the driver at this point, and the investigation is ongoing and has been taken over by the Maine State Police.
The Department of Agriculture is cracking down on Mainers who secured mortgages through one of their programs but then failed to pay. The agency filed around 15 foreclosure cases in Maine District Court earlier this past week. The foreclosure cases are aimed at Maine homeowners who obtained a mortgage through a low-income USDA program called the Section 502 Direct Loan Program, which offers individuals home loans that have low down payments and long repayment terms. We obtained a copy of one of the cases that the USDA filed against a homeowner in southern Maine. It shows that the homeowner stopped making monthly mortgage payments in the spring of 2012. This, in turn, was a breach of conditions. Now the homeowner could owe the federal government over $400,000. Similar filings were made last year.
Central Maine Power is proposing a change that could lower their customers' bills starting this summer, but others say they aren't so sure of the savings. Our Callie Warren explains the CMP rate proposals filed Friday with the Maine Public Utilities Commission.
There are two key filings that are going on at the same time.
Those two filings were both submitted Friday to the Maine Public Utilities Commission, or PUC. According to Central Maine Power, rates will fall for the average electric customer as storm damage costs from previous years roll off of electric bills.
One is CMP's annual compliance filing from 2025, so that contains over $100 million in storm costs from some of the major storms that CMP experienced in 2023 and 2024.
Vladowski says CMP intends to make grid and infrastructure improvements to offset future storm damage costs, with no increase to charges for 10 months and a small increase after that period.
There are these refundable temporary rates that would allow for a $4 decrease in bills for a period of 10 months, and those would go into effect on July 1st. And then what they would also see is a one-year rate plan from May 2027 until April 2028. And in that plan, we're limiting any cost increases to a maximum of $7 above what they're paying today.
Those numbers represent the average residential electric consumer. The Maine Office of the Public Advocate represents Maine utility consumers in PUC proceedings. Public Advocate Heather Sanborn released a statement saying in part, quote, CMP's filing makes clear that the company is not only seeking to recover higher operating costs and capital investments, but also to increase its profits. This comes at a time when Maine families are already facing the rising costs of everything from gas to groceries and housing. This is a complex proposal, and Maine people deserve a clear and transparent understanding of how it could affect their bills. The Office of the Public Advocate will closely scrutinize every aspect of this proposal to push for affordability, transparency, and fairness, and to ensure CMP is only charging what is truly necessary to provide safe and reliable service. End quote. Now, right now, these rate changes are just proposals. These adjustments are subject to a full, transparent review by the Maine PUC later this year. In studio, I'm Callie Warren for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, in other news this morning, researchers say soft-shell clam landings are dropping significantly. As Allison LaPierre reports, the Downey Institute is hoping to get to the bottom of it.
Brian Beal and Tessa Houston are both Maine marine ecology researchers with the Downey Institute. The Marine Research Lab and Education Center is trying to figure out why soft clam landings are declining.
And what we're trying to do is to find out whether the problem exists due to overharvesting, whether the problem exists due to climate change.
The Downey's Institute is installing shellfish recruitment boxes on flats across the coast of Maine to get a better understanding of the rapid decline.
So we're looking at the most vulnerable stages of the soft-shell clam's early history, and that is just when they have come from swimming, which they do for 3 weeks as larvae in the water, that's the stage where they're most vulnerable to predation by crabs and other small predators.
The clams are already quite small, and invasive species like this ribbon worm and green crab are destroying softshell clam populations. Since the 1970s, softshell clam landings have declined 85% statewide, but the state still produces 60% of the country's softshell clams.
It's a really important project because it kind of shows the crisis that the clam industry is experiencing.
The boxes will stay in the flats until the fall. Once retrieved, researchers will examine patterns like how fast the clams grow, the impact from its predators, and the environmental trends.
This whole thing is to highlight really the problems in the softshell clam fishery.
That was Allison LaPierre reporting. Well, now to the State House. 2 bills have been signed into law. First, Governor Janet Mills on Thursday signed a measure that creates a state advocate for children. LD 1893 establishes an independent office of the child advocate in the state government. And the statement says once operational, the office will receive and investigate complaints, share information with the public, and advise the governor and state lawmakers on how to improve services and protections for children. The sponsor of the bill says the existing ombudsman plays a critical role in protecting children's rights and safety, but its work has been limited to cases involving state child protective services. The other bill signed into law, LD 1746, provides funding for mobile dental health clinics to be held at public schools, so services can come to children where they are. It also provides training and education to primary care providers on minimally invasive dental disease treatments for infants and young children that can be done in a pediatrician's office. Assistant House Majority Leader Lori Gramlich sponsored the bill. She says in part, quote, by improving access to care and catching problems before they become emergencies, we can make sure kids don't have to miss school or suffer preventable pain as well.
Well, after securing funding, Senator Susan Collins toured a local fire station on Friday, seeing firsthand the need for a new facility. Our Alexa Kennedy was there and has that story.
Dixmont Fire Department volunteers highlighted long-standing issues with their building today, taking Senator Susan Collins on a tour that revealed exactly why that $2.3 million federal grant for a new station is so sorely needed. Dixmont Deputy Chief Derwood Hopkins says he hopes a new station will shorten response time, attract more volunteers, and improve the mutual aid experience for neighboring departments.
A little town like this, there ain't much here, so we gotta do what we can do with what we got with.
Hopkins says the department struggled with limited resources, including cramped working space, aging equipment, and a lack of running water.
We have actually had a number of people say that, you know, if you get a new station, we'll come volunteer.
Bemis called the grant a major milestone after a previous failed attempt.
It holds a community together. You know, your fire station, your fire department and whatnot, that's kind of your central.
She says it's important that Senator Collins saw it for herself.
When you come here in person, as opposed to relying on descriptions and photographs, and talk with all of the volunteer firefighters and EMS personnel, it really hits home how much this is needed.
The new Dixmont Fire Station will be located only 2 miles from the existing one, and the land has already been cleared by volunteers. Construction is expected to begin once funds are released. That timeline isn't definite yet, but is generally expected in the next year. In Dixmont, Alexa Kennedy, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, the time now is 6:14. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, the Challenger Learning Center held an event that teaches kids all about the environment.
We'll hear all about it coming up, but first another check of that forecast. A cloudy day ahead today with a slight chance of rain. Highs today around 47 degrees. Partly cloudy tonight with lows dropping down to the low 20s. Tomorrow partly cloudy, highs near 48. We'll be right back.
When you work in disaster services, the phone rings at all hours. Knobscott Cleaning, can I help you? People appreciate hearing a real voice on the other end. Since 1976, that personal touch has set us apart. When disaster strikes, you just want your life back to normal. You want a reputable company, someone you can trust. We take care of things. and give you peace of mind. I'm Jason Sear, owner of Penobscot Cleaning Services. 24/7, we're here for you.
Every day is a Carhartt day. From the lecture hall to the lab, hard work pays off. And whether we're perfecting our designs or just kicking back, we do it in style. Carhartt style. Carhartt from Miller's Workshop in Brewer.
Can Morning TV handle this morning? The iconic icy fashion maven herself comes to GMA, Miranda Priestley. It's the movie everyone's waiting for. And now this morning, it's Meryl Streep talking all things The Devil Wears Prada 2. Only on
Good Morning America.
That's all.
Family Feud asks, what were they thinking?
You had an open casket funeral. You noticed the deceased pants were unzipped. What you gonna do? Unzip pants. Funeral.
I would write a note.
You want him to read it?
Thinking about fun? Watch Family Feud.
Weekdays at 9 on ABC 7.
Drivers could face some delays as they travel on Main Street in Bangor this week. Construction crews will be working on a storm drain project at the site of the new YMCA. That work will require them to squeeze traffic down to one lane in both directions. Flaggers will be on hand to help direct traffic through that construction zone. The project is expected to wrap up on Friday.
Maine's largest vintage pop-up market made its return to Bangor over the weekend, showcasing over 100 New England vendors. Hundreds of people were lined up outside of the Cross Insurance Center for the Lost and Found Market on Saturday. The traveling market features a wide selection of curated vintage clothing, decor, records, and other unique finds. Organizers and vendors say the focus is on sustainability, community, and self-expression.
Truly is like a monumental event in Maine. It's been so grassroots, and just kind of see the market grow like this has been phenomenal.
I just love the whole aspect of the antiquing, the whole repurpose, reusing. I think there's too much waste out there, so it's a really great event to like show all the great stuff out there that we can, keep using.
The market was in Bangor for only one day. To learn when the next pop-up event will be, you can visit lostandfoundmaine.com or find them on social media.
For decades, the Challenger Learning Center of Maine has been inspiring youth to discover and explore the world of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. On Saturday, the center held an annual fundraising event that aims to expand opportunities for students while also supporting the environment. Grace Blanchard with more.
Microwaves, CPUs, laptops, televisions of any type.
Turning waste into opportunity.
Today we're running our e-waste collection fundraiser.
The event, hosted by the Challenger Learning Center of Maine, offers residents a convenient and responsible way to dispose of unwanted electronics while supporting its mission.
So we offer that to the community for them to bring their waste so that it's not going to the landfill. And then also we collect donations to keep our center running.
The funds raised help ensure continued access to Challenger programs that inspire the next generation of scientists, engineers, and innovators.
We are able to give students like a real life simulation and have them be in there doing the science, doing hands-on, and it is just a very different exposure to STEM.
The center partners with North Coast Services to break down the waste to ensure these electronics are properly disposed of instead of ending up in landfills.
We've been doing this, I think, for about 8 years now, and in different facets, from doing collections over at our warehouse to supporting them over here. We love Challenger. They're great to work with. It's a great cause.
To learn about their upcoming events and programs, visit astronaut.org. In Bangor, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
It's a great event. Makes it so easy, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There are people, vacuums, extension cords, bringing all kinds of things. Well, the time now is 6:19. After the break, several animal rights activists arrested in Wisconsin after breaking into a facility where dogs are being held for research.
We'll have the story coming up, plus the Boston Marathon is here. We'll meet a runner from Maine who's participating for her late mother. That story and more coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Diabetes isn't a death sentence, but it is absolutely a life sentence, and you have to figure out how you're going to keep your kid alive. So when you find somebody from the government that's on your side, and it happens to be Susan Collins at the same time, that was just magnificent. After the meeting in Portland for my wife and son, my wife came back. She was 10 feet tall. She'd felt seen, she felt heard, and she felt like we had a powerful advocate on our side. No, it was a big step towards healing.
Thank you, Senator Collins.
Please continue delivering for T1 families.
The marathon of life can be challenging. Chores and responsibilities keep us from the things we once loved and the aspirations we set. But it's never too late to find your second wind. With an affordable, fully online program and advisors to help you along the way, you can cross the finish line when it works for you. Finish strong at the University of Maine.
Are you in need of remodeling your bathroom? Want to convert your tub into a safe walk-in shower? Call the experts at Bangor Bathrooms by Design now. They offer complete bathroom remodels, and from start to finish, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call them now and save thousands. 659-6457. Enjoy that brand new bathroom you've always wanted from Bangor Bathrooms by Design. Transforming bathrooms, elevating lives.
The Boston Marathon is here this morning. About 30,000 runners will lace up and race from Hopkinton to Boston's Copley Square.
As Allison LaPierre once again reports, that includes a woman from Biddeford running in honor of her late mother.
Running for a reason this Marathon Monday. During COVID, Massabesic middle school teacher Jessica Johnson wanted to try something new.
One day, laced up my shoes. I said, look, you used to run when you were in the military. Let's go ahead and see if you've still got it.
Johnson began running races in honor of her mother, who passed away from brain cancer in 2002. After completing 2 half marathons in a year, Johnson wanted to go for the big one.
Every runner who runs marathons kind of dreams of running the Boston Marathon.
Johnson has run the Boston Marathon 3 times already. Monday will be her 4th. This year, Johnson is running in partnership with New England Honda and raising money for the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute.
When the opportunity came to raise money for Dana-Farber, it was a no-brainer for me because I was like, oh my gosh, like my mom says, you know, go out and do some things good for the world. Well, why not do something to honor her legacy and give back?
Johnson does it for her mom and others who battled cancer.
My mom was diagnosed and she was gone 6 weeks later. Well, now because of breakthrough cancer research, they have been able to take the same cancer that my mom had, and people have a survival rate of 5+ years.
About 500,000 spectators are expected at this year's race, including Johnson's family. She says there's nothing quite like crossing the blue and yellow finish line and seeing her cheering family.
There's a tradition. So my daughters usually come up and give me a hug, and my husband greets me at the finish line and puts on my finisher's jacket.
New England Team Honda is hoping to raise $125,000 this year for the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, and Johnson is looking to finish the race with a personal record.
This year is my year.
Good luck to her and all the runners today.
Yes, yeah. I definitely have so much respect for them.
Yeah.
I would have a hard time doing that.
There's no way I could do it.
Me either. Well, now let's get a full look at our forecast with meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Craig and Janessa, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center, now offering a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 drawing. Alrighty, here we go. Let's check out the wave heights. We have no advisories in effect along the coast at this moment in time. We're at 2 to 3 foot wave heights along the coast, a little bit higher farther out towards sea at around 5 to 8 foot wave heights. And again, overall, not looking too bad. Just a little bit active farther out towards sea, but again, for us, we're looking pretty good. We have one system tracking off to the east, a little bit more energy off toward the west. Some of us off toward the north and west may see a few snowflakes this morning. And again, overall today, a slight chance for rain showers will be the common idea as temperatures begin to warm up. So as we zoom things out, there's that energy right there that is tracking off towards the south and east. This will be clearing out later on today. tonight, but again, some of us will see a few snowflakes off toward the north and west today. It will not be a big deal. As temperatures rise, you can see that will transition to primarily some raindrops, so a slight chance for rain today. It does clear out later on tonight with a mostly clear to partly cloudy sky, and for your Tuesday looking rather nice. We'll get some clouds going throughout the day as well, but nothing too ridiculous overall. It does clear out again. More clouds on the way as we head towards your Wednesday. Any precipitation we welcome, but overall not a lot of it on the way, at least early on. More rainfall on the way later on this week, but moderate to severe drought still being observed. But as we do zoom things out, again, a lot of spots, at least further off towards the north, catching a break from drought. But if you go further off towards the west and to the south, those places still seeing a lot of drought at this moment in time. But for today, mostly cloudy, slight chance for rain, maybe some snow off towards the north and west, with highs in the upper 40s and that northwest wind at about 20 miles per hour. Later on tonight, lower 20s, partly cloudy, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. And then tomorrow we have upper 40s, partly cloudy, with a light and variable wind. Let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center, showing rain for your Wednesday with highs in the mid 40s, and then lower 50s coming up for your Thursday with a chance for rain, and then partly cloudy coming up for your Friday with highs in the low 50s.
Bogies offers a different kind of night out in Bangor, blending a full restaurant with sports simulators, axe throwing, and live music. We have something for everyone. Bogies, a new way to play.
Ready, set, let's go! Come to the open house at Greenway Equipment Sales in Bangor this Saturday and get geared up for the season. Celebrate spring and save on John Deere equipment. Take advantage of Deere season financing on John Deere compact utility and lawn tractors, Z-Tracks, and Gators. Save hundreds on tractor attachments. Get 10% off all in-stock parts. And grab one-day only Greenway dollars for even more savings. The Smith Brothers invite you to their open house celebration this Saturday at Greenway Equipment Sales in Bangor.
When it comes to your home, go to the source. Go to R&B's Home Source in Madison. R&B's Home Source has home comfort, convenience, and savings all wrapped up in one location. From the living room to the dining room to the bedroom, we have some of the best values in furniture and bedding. For the kitchen, R&B's Home Source has top-notch appliances from fridges to ranges, even washers and dryers. And sit back and relax with quality electronics. We service everything we sell too. For your home, go to the source. R&B's Home Source, Lakewood Road, Madison.
Is that a compression nut?
Oh! Ah! Ow.
We got a duct taper.
Bogies offers a different kind of night out in Bangor, blending a full restaurant with sports simulators, axe throwing, and live music. We have something for everyone. Bogies, a new way to play.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
A dramatic escalation overseas with the war with Iran. The U.S. seizing a cargo ship for the first time as it enforces its blockade of Iranian ports, a move meant to force Iran back to the negotiating table. But now there are new questions about the future and the ceasefire and peace talks to bring an end to the war. ABC's Olivia Rubin has the latest.
Overnight, amid the standoff with Iran, the U.S. military releasing this dramatic video showing the moment it took over an Iranian-flagged cargo ship they say tried to violate the U.S. blockade.
Motor Vessel Tosca, vacate your engine room. Vacate your engine room. We're prepared to subject you to disabling fire.
President Trump writing on social media, the Iranian crew refused to listen, so our Navy ship stopped them right in their tracks by blowing a hole in the engine room. Right now, U.S. Marines have custody of the vessel. Iranian state media reporting Iran is vowing to retaliate, and the escalation coming amid a ticking clock. The 2-week ceasefire with Iran set to expire on Wednesday. And questions still remain about peace talks set to take place in Pakistan today. The White House saying a delegation will head there, but Iran so far not agreeing to participate because of the blockade in the Strait of Hormuz. But Trump insisting there will be a deal, telling ABC's John Carl it will happen, quote, one way or another. The nice way or the hard way, it's going to happen. You can quote me. And now renewing his threats to target Iranian infrastructure, including power plants and bridges, writing, no more Mr. Nice Guy. And that whiplash sending oil rising overnight, crude oil up about $10 a barrel just since Friday, and the energy secretary now saying gas prices might not fall back down to pre-war levels until next year. Olivia Rubin, ABC News, New York.
Meanwhile, the Shreveport, Louisiana community comes together to honor the victims of a deadly mass shooting. More than 30 people gathered in Shreveport on Sunday to mourn 8 children who were fatally shot in the city earlier that day. A Louisiana father fatally shot 8 children, including 7 of his own, in an attack that stretched across 2 houses in the neighborhood. 2 women, including the gunman's wife, were also shot and critically injured. The Shreveport Police Department says the children killed range in age between 18 months and 14 years old. The gunman, 31-year-old Shamar Elkins, was shot and killed by police after a pursuit. Locals, including one attendee who knew one of the children, are shaken by the tragedy. Members of the community paid their respects to the victims at the vigil with prayers and candles.
I'm a mama myself, and I'm a grandmother as well, and it just makes you take your children and hug them and hold them and tell them how much you love them, because you just don't know.
Detectives have not determined the motivation behind the shooting, but have described it as a domestic incident.
We're now learning more about a chaotic and controversial scene in Wisconsin. Several people arrested, accused of trying to break into a facility where thousands of dogs are held for research. ABC's Allison Cossack with more.
Dramatic video of clashes between police and some 1,000 animal rights activists outside this facility in Wisconsin that breeds beagles for biomedical research. Officers firing tear gas and pepper balls after they say protesters tried to violently break into Ridgeland Farms.
This is not a peaceful protest, and we will do everything and use every resource we have to keep and maintain the peace.
Some protesters say they were trying to free some of the 2,500 dogs inside the facility.
There are 300 to 400 people actively trying to break in and hurt not only the Dane County Sheriff's Office deputies on site, but steal and take property.
Officers in tactical gear seen kicking a man. Other protesters washing irritants from their eyes. The sheriff's office says a significant number of arrests were made, sharing images they say include burglary tools such as saws, fence cutters, and sledgehammers. No dogs were taken, but just last month, activists stormed the facility and walked out with nearly 24 beagles, which were later adopted. In that break-in, more than 20 people were arrested, including former Baywatch actress Alexandra Paul. Ridgeland is set to give up its state breeding license this summer in a deal to avoid potential criminal charges after a special prosecutor reported evidence of animal mistreatment. Ridgeland has insisted its research benefits animals. Ridgeland has until July to relocate the 2,500 dogs. Activists are pushing to find them homes instead of selling them to other researchers. Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
In another story that's just making headlines just now, a big earthquake has struck just off the coast of Japan this morning, a 7.5 quake.
Wow.
Right now there's not any reports of any damage, but there's tsunami alerts and all that.
Oh, wow.
So we should be hearing more from Tokyo a little bit later on.
Keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
Well, coming up on the second half of the newscast, we'll learn about new projects aimed to improve abandoned infrastructure in Bucksport.
That story and more coming up on Good Morning Maine.
The Farmer's Table in Corinna brings you outstanding breakfasts, lunches, and dinners made from farm-grown fresh ingredients. Dinner specials are available every day. Enjoy our homemade desserts, and above all, bring your appetite to the Farmer's Table in Corinna.
Fox 22. The place we call home, telling Maine stories wherever you roam. From sunrise shores to forests of pine, hard work, strong hearts, values that shine. From old towns to harbors, back roads to ocean blue. Neighbors helping neighbors in all that we do. Through storms and clear skies, day after day, we're here with the stories that matter in Maine. From mountains to sea, standing strong and true. This is Maine, this is home on ABC 7, Fox 22.
The Farmer's Table in Corinna brings you outstanding breakfasts, lunches, and dinners made from farm-grown fresh ingredients. Dinner specials are available every day. Enjoy our homemade desserts, and above all, bring your appetite to the Farmer's Table in Corinna.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Monday, April 20th, 2026, and as we heard earlier, this is also Boston Marathon Day.
It might not be a national holiday, but it sure feels like one in the Boston area. The first Boston Marathon was held in 1897 and is the world's oldest annual marathon. More than 30,000 runners are expected to take part this year as local residents line the route to cheer them on.
And it really is kind of a holiday. I have some friends that do that. They take the day off from work. Everybody gets together and has barbecues and things.
Well, even if you just, not even the runners, the people that go to watch and cheer everyone on, it's a big deal.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Again, and good luck to everybody taking part today. All right, moving on to some other history. It was on this day back in 1861. Robert E. Lee resigned from the U.S. Army after Virginia seceded from the Union. He opposed secession, but went on to lead the Confederate Army in the Civil War. In 1912, back to Boston now. Fenway Park hosted its very first official baseball game with a matchup between the Boston Red Sox and the New York Highlanders. Construction on the left and right field bleachers was still underway during that first season. Fenway is now the oldest active stadium in Major League Baseball.
It's so fun to go there.
It is. It's been a while since I've been there, but you can just feel the history when you
really
walk in there.
Yes.
All right, moving on. In 1964, the first jar of Nutella left the factory in Alba, Italy. And in 1971, on this date, the Supreme Court upheld the use of busing to achieve racial desegregation of schools.
And in 1972, the Apollo 16 crew landed on the moon. In 1999, 2 students shot and killed 12 classmates and 1 teacher at Columbine High School near Denver, Colorado. It was one of the worst school shootings in U.S. history and sparked debate about gun control.
That was terrible at the time, when they've become, unfortunately, so common around our country. But up to that point, that was just shocking. You just couldn't imagine something like that happening at one of our schools.
Yeah, it's too bad. And lastly, in 2010, an explosion on the Deepwater Horizon oil platform killed 11 workers in the Gulf of Mexico. It also caused a blowout that leaked 200 million gallons of crude oil into the water. The well was finally capped 3 months later in one of the biggest environmental disasters in U.S. history.
All right, for birthdays today, they include actor George Takei, who was from Star Trek. You remember him? You probably don't.
I don't.
He played Sulu in the original Star Trek.
Okay.
He is 89 years old today. Model Miranda Kerr, you know who she is?
I do.
She's 43. And you know this guy.
Yes.
Andy Serkis. He's an actor. He is 62. He played Gollum and so many other characters in movies.
Well, now we'll turn things right back over to meteorologist Stephen Biggs.
And thank you very much, Craig and Janessa. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center, now offering a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 drawing. As we get things rolling this morning, we have one system tracking off to the east and a little bit of energy off toward the west that will give us a slight chance for a little bit of precipitation today. It may start off as a few flurries further off towards the north, but as temperatures warm, that'll primarily be a slight chance for a little bit of rain showers today and under a mostly cloudy sky. So as we do zoom things out today, you can see the energy tracking from the northwest and going toward the south and east. But again, just a slight chance for rain in our neck of the woods today. But you can see Futurecast starting off as a slight chance for snow further off towards the north and west. But as we do proceed forward, that'll be a slight chance for rain as temperatures rise and will clear things out later on tonight. But again, some gusty winds today reaching up to about 20 miles per hour. The winds will begin to relax later on tonight and looking pretty good as we head towards the daytime tomorrow. So for today, mostly cloudy, a slight chance for rain. Don't be surprised if you see a few snowflakes early. Highs in the upper 40s, northwest wind at about 20 miles per hour. Hourly forecast moving forward, mostly cloudy, slight chance for rain. Temperatures in the 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Janessa.
It's apparently Purple Day here at the station, too. All of us are wearing purple for some reason.
Yeah, not planned. It was still to come here this morning. Jack Webb with sports.
Don't go away.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
There are so many fun things to do in Maine. Now you can enjoy more for less. Check out half-off deals from foxbangor.com.
For the perfect floral arrangement, look no further than Luigi & Fredericks in Bangor. Our expert florists beautifully arrange flowers for any celebration or occasion. Trust Luigi & Fredericks for bouquets that brighten anyone's day.
There's a limited supply available. It's on sale right now. Save with half-off deals from foxbangor.com.
All across America.
Good morning. Hello.
Wherever we are,
welcome home.
It feels like home.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Man, it's good to be home.
GMA, it's an invitation to come together.
George, how are you? Good morning.
And brighten your morning.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Hey, Maine, think you're wicked smart? Well, put your knowledge to the test with me, Ken Jennings, on Jeopardy! Weeknights at 7:30 on ABC 7.
Welcome back in, folks. Saturday marks the 59th annual Kenduskeag Extreme Canoe Race. I got up bright and early to see what this year's race was all about.
One of my lifelong dreams was to make it to this race and to be seen on TV by my family.
For almost 6 decades, the city of Bangor has gathered their canoes, kayaks, and rafts and set sail for the annual Kenduskeag Extreme Canoe Race. Saturday was no different. Hundreds of Bangor residents and Mainers alike took part in the 16-mile race down the Kenduskeag Stream. The race brings in folks from all over Maine and New England, all of whom say they look forward to participating every year.
It's our second year. It's a great time. We just enjoy it.
Beautiful weather, getting out after the long winter.
I always come here to get the start on the season, and then I end up racing a bunch more races closer to home.
Everybody is like-minded there, and they like to do these types of things. This is good, clean fun.
Some come in looking to get to Bangor in the fastest time. Others, they're just here to have a good time.
I mean, it's serious, but it's also not too serious. I like the costumes. I love the atmosphere. I think everyone's just here to be a little silly and have a good time.
So I've run this one on my own a couple of times, but this is going to be our first time together as a married couple, and hopefully we can finish it as one.
I can splash him,
and we can go swimming in the dam, and no one's going to think anything of it.
The launch at Kentuskig Veterans Bridge is just the start of this race. The real action takes place at 6 Mile Falls, where the water gets rough and the ride gets bumpy. So what does it take to get through the falls with dry clothes?
We don't really know because we haven't done it yet. Oh, okay. We were wet the last time.
A little bit of praying. I pray that I make the right decision.
He follows my orders. That's the key.
Some racers avoid the falls entirely.
I gotta tell you, I cop out. I do carry around 6 Mile.
After passing the falls, the ride to the finish line is mostly smooth sailing. Racers cross the finish line at Kentuskig Plaza Bridge and unload shortly after. This year's winners, JD and Brady Burke, finished with a time of 2.5 hours. JD, who has run the race for over 30 years, says returning every year is an easy decision and encourages anyone who wants to pick it up next year to give it a shot.
That keeps me young.
The thrill of it,
He makes
the
me.
adrenaline.
He makes me.
Yeah.
It's the best time to do it. They have safety out there. They have rescue. They have warming tents. They have people look at your canoe.
Yep.
So how you learn.
In Bangor, Max Sturm, ABC7 and Fox 22 Sports.
Keeping it local still, the tennis season is about to get underway, and the regional runner-up John Baptist Crusaders boys team has hit the court, and they're preparing to make another run at the state title. Last season, the boys team made it all the way to the Class B North Regional Finals, where they fell to #1 Foxcroft Academy. This year, the team has a whole new look, as all 7 starters from the 2025 team have graduated. Junior Surya Vale says developing the young talent on this team is the first step towards another crack at the title.
The main objectives this year I've been trying to develop. We got a lot of new talent. You know, we lost a couple people, but we've got a lot of new kids that have a lot of just natural talent. So being able to hone that talent into being able to win matches is the main focus right now.
With an all-new set of starters and new talent having to fill big shoes from last year's squad, there can also be a lot of pressure. But so far this preseason, head coach Jason Hoyt says that has not fazed this team, and he's seen the boys step up to the challenge, which he believes is the recipe to a state title.
They're motivated. I think they're motivated to become the best team that they can possibly be. And if we keep doing that in a year or two, we're going to be motivated to go back to a Northern Maine final, I hope.
Thursday marked the final day of the NHL regular season, and teams played a lot of their young guys, including guys from the AHL. That is what happened with the Seattle Kraken, as a former Maine hockey standout got his first NHL start in net. Victor Osman got the call up for the final game of the season to get his first start against the President Trophy winner Colorado Avalanche. And despite the 2-0 loss, Osman recorded 33 of 35 saves and only allowed 2 goals in his debut. Osman, who is from Sweden, played at Maine from 2020 to 2024, where he was a top goalie for the team along with Albin Boya.
I don't think it slowed down, but just trying to read plays and be on top of it. And they have some really good players, and they made some good plays. So yeah, it was fun just like being out there with those guys and seeing what it's like. So. Yeah.
That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Are you in need of remodeling your bathroom? Want to convert your tub into a safe walk-in shower? Call the experts at Bangor Bathrooms by Design now. They offer complete bathroom remodels, and from start to finish, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call them now and save thousands. 659-6457. Enjoy that brand new bathroom you've always wanted from Bangor Bathrooms by Design. Transforming bathrooms, elevating lives.
My name is Rebecca Babrot, and I'm studying my master's in social work at the University of Maine. After high school, I went to college in upstate New York, but then got involved with life and family, so I had a college education but no degree. When I first thought about going back to school, it seemed really intimidating.
One of the great things about an online program is that you can combine studying as part of your day.
I'm actually studying right now.
It's such a great feeling to have made myself important in the process and to continue my education.
You provide it all. There's no challenge you can't take on, because you've already taken on everything. You've gone above and beyond. It feels like you've brought them together. It feels like your home is taken care of. It feels like you're all at the top of your game. And with Fidium Fiber Internet, you are.
It feels like Fidium.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, two major projects in Bucksport are currently in its beginning stages. They aim to revitalize abandoned infrastructure in the town.
The plans for one project have yet to be fully disclosed, while the other has been slightly derailed. Our Doug Banks explains.
Two major projects aim to revitalize abandoned infrastructure in Bucksport. First, the 4-decade dormant Sprague North Oil Terminal.
Locals may refer to it as the coal pocket.
The 13-acre property was recently purchased by Dysart's Realty, an LLC affiliated with the family business. They declined to comment about the purchase on Friday.
It's property that's been here for a while. They're doing their due diligence on the property. So if you've never traversed it by water, there used to be a dock down there. The dock collapsed into the water, but the pilings are still there. The Dysart family did file with the DEP to get a dock put back into the location.
The other aims to revive railroad branches running through the town.
Currently, the line is exempt in Bucksport. However, Transloadex is looking into the possibility of getting that line restarted.
But plans for that have been slightly derailed for now. According to Bangor Daily reporting, Transloadex, which did not respond to our request for comments on Friday, filed an exemption with the Federal Surface Transportation Board last month to limit review requirements. This action triggered allegations from multiple people and entities against the company. Those accusations include unfair and inequitable conduct in the sale of a Massachusetts railroad and operating without necessary permits. Company owners have denied those allegations. The board reportedly decided on Tuesday to postpone granting the exemption to see if the company is eligible to do so. The board also directed the company to address the allegations by May 4th. In Bucksport, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And we'll keep you updated on that situation.
Well, now here's meteorologist Evan Biggs with our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Janessa, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center, now offering a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 drawing. Alrighty, here we go. Let's check out the wave heights. We have no advisories in effect along the coast at this moment in time. We're at 2 to 3 foot wave heights along the coast, a little bit higher farther out towards sea at around 5 to 8 foot wave heights. And again, overall, not looking too bad. Just a little bit active farther out towards sea, but again, for us, we're looking pretty good. We have one system tracking off to the east, a little bit more energy off toward the west. Some of us off toward the north and west may see a few snowflakes this morning. And again, overall today, a slight chance for rain showers will be the common idea as temperatures begin to warm up. So as we zoom things out, there's that energy right there that is tracking off towards the south and east. This will be clearing out later on tonight, but again, some of us will see a few snowflakes off toward the north and west today. It will not be a big deal. As temperatures rise, you can see that will transition to primarily some raindrops, so a slight chance for rain today. It does clear out later on tonight with a mostly clear to partly cloudy sky, and for your Tuesday, looking rather nice. We'll get some clouds going throughout the day as well, but nothing too ridiculous overall. It does clear out again. More clouds on the way as we head towards your Wednesday. Any precipitation we'd welcome, but overall not a lot of it on the way, at least early on. More rainfall on the way later on this week, but moderate to severe drought still being observed. But as we do zoom things out, again, a lot of spots, at least further off towards the north, catching a break from drought. But if you go further off towards the west and to the south, those places still seeing a lot of drought at this moment in time. But for today, mostly cloudy, slight chance for rain, maybe some snow off towards the north and west, with highs in the upper 40s and that northwest wind at about 20 miles per hour. Later on tonight, lower 20s, partly cloudy, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. And then tomorrow we have upper 40s, partly cloudy, with a light and variable wind. Let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center, showing rain for your Wednesday with highs in the mid 40s, and then lower 50s coming up for your Thursday with a chance for rain. And then partly cloudy coming up for your Friday with highs in the low 50s.
From the heart of Maine, where rugged beauty meets timeless craftsmanship, Richard Henderson & Sons Masonry, taming the outdoors through groundwork, retaining walls and seawalls, building custom fireplaces that become the centerpiece of your home, crafting granite steps and patios that invite you outdoors, designing hardscapes that turn yards into living spaces, built to last, crafted for life. Richard Henderson & Sons Masonry, quality in every stone.
Welcome to outdoor living. Welcome to Granville Stone and Hearth. Goodness knows we've been cooped up long enough. Make plans now to enjoy the outside of your home too. Come to Granville and see, touch, and imagine what you can do in your backyard. Light a path, light a fire, grill a meal, sit a bit. It's all in stock. There's a staycation right outside your door with expert help from Granville, one of the largest outdoor living suppliers in Maine. Granville Stone and Hearth, Main Road, Holden.
This spring, invest in your nest with the County Federal Credit Union. Your home has grown in value, season after season. With the county's 1010 Home Equity Line of Credit, you can borrow up to your credit limit over 10 years with interest-only payments over those 10 years, 10-10. And then you can stop and smell the roses, soak up the sun, and invest in your nest. The 1010 Home Equity Line of Credit, the County Federal Credit Union, countyfcu.org.
Pat's Pizza in Holden is not just a restaurant that serves delicious food and pizza. They also have an adjacent party and event room. Consider having your birthday or office party at Pat's Pizza. They have a pro shop and a beautiful 9-hole golf course opening in the spring. Pat's Pizza, Holden.
It is totally unfair. You have to protect a serial killer who tried to kill you.
You're my bodyguard?
Police, drop it!
Requesting an RN to my location.
A life jacket worn by a survivor of the Titanic disaster is up for auction more than a century after the ship sank in the North Atlantic. One of the first-class passengers wore the jacket while aboard a lifeboat. It's the only known signed life jacket from the 1912 disaster and is considered a once-in-a-generation item. The item is expected to fetch $473,000 when it hits the auction block on Saturday. Other items that were salvaged are also up for auction. The British luxury liner capsized on its maiden voyage on April 15, 1912, off Newfoundland, just over 2.5 hours after hitting an iceberg. More than 1,500 people died, 710 others survived. Apparently the auction was held over the weekend. I'm not sure who bought it. I don't think I'd want it myself.
I was, going to say the same thing, especially not for $473,000. I don't think I would buy that.
I could think of other things to spend my money on, but
Me
it'd
too.
just be a constant reminder, too, of tragedy.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about it.
But go for it if you want it.
I guess. Well, that's all the time that we have left for this hour, but you can join us for the next hour of Good Morning Maine.
Have a great day, everyone.